Hello friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me. I'm here with a video doing Roxy's weekly challenge. And is this number 4 or 5? I don't know, but it was this past Mondays. So yeah, I'm going to work on that. And she created envelope window pockets. And I'll show you what I'm doing in a second, but I'm also going to be using some of my recent In Love Arts supplies that I was sent to try out and review. So let's just get started. So I watched, Rachel's video, and I'm really enjoying doing her challenges. But I want to do something a little different. So I am using envelopes, but these are coffee dyed envelopes, and they are similar to the size she was using, but without windows, and they're not junk mail. They are just some white envelopes that I had that I coffee dyed. So I already took one. I was kind of just figuring out what I want to do, and I still kind of am, like you see, this is the kind of envelope that goes like this. See, in here, this would be glued down, and this is a flap where you put in your mail or whatever you're putting in the envelope. And so when I coffee dyed it, I just realized this tonight when I was looking at these envelopes, that this one with all of these flaps came unglued when I coffee dyed them. I was like, well, that's interesting. So I thought, well, I was already thinking about cutting them in half to make a pocket, but I thought, should I glue them back together and make a pocket, or can I leave them like that and use it as like a journaling space, in a journal? So I thought, well, I will have to use them in a journal that is at least 4 inches wide, but, like a traveler's notebook, or most journals are, 4 inches wide, unless you're making a mini journal. So anyway, I thought, okay, no problem. I can use these in a number of journals in the future. So I thought, well, I would really like to just kind of experiment and see if I can leave it like this, eventually use it as a pocket, a journaling, like a hidden journaling spot. So I would be gluing this side down, and then I want to decorate this side. So first of all, for these two, I'm going to just kind of decorate them with items that I have pulled out here, like some laces, maybe some washi. I have my coffee dyed flowers, the ones I got at Dollar Tree. I have some of my In Love Arts little stickers here, and my little In Love Arts labels here. and my In Love Arts washi tape. So, and some buttons and different things. So I want this to be able to open like this after I put it in as a journaling spot / pocket. So, and this is the original way it folded. So I thought, I'm going to have to decorate each piece separately, or do whatever I do is separately, you know what I mean? So let's see what we can do here. I have some little flowers here that was in that grungy pack that I was using up. So would one of these work here? It actually kind of would, because it could still unfold. See that? I have my distress ink. Let's distress around these little petals a little bit. This was the grungy pack that my friend gave me for, I think it was my birthday last year, or it could have even been the year before. I think it was last year, though. I think the year before she gave me a Mickey Mouse or Disney scrapbook paper pack. So I think this grungy pack was from last year. I show her my stuff that I do once in a while, so she knows that I make journals and do all kinds of crafty stuff with paper, and things. So she got me this grungy paper ephemera pack she bought it off of eBay. So there, I got the little petals. Let's see if I can just kind of get in here a little bit, because this is a book made from a book page, it looks like, with a little button in the middle. And so, yeah, it was just a little bit too I don't, it's probably, you know, it could be a vintage book page. I don't know because I didn't make it, but it just looked a little too next to the, there, that looks better. See, it's got some like, almost looks like it was coffee dyed a little bit. Okay, so I am not going to delay or hesitate. I'm just going to glue things down and see what happens. Okay, because Rachel is taking 45 minutes for her challenge, this challenge on when she does the, you know, whatever she's doing for the challenge, and I have 30 minutes because that's what my camera lets me record. So I say I didn't really do 15 minutes before. Sometimes I've been doing like 15 minutes before, and then doing 30 minutes on. But now this week I think I'm going to do the 30 minutes on and 15 minutes after probably. So we'll see. Okay, so there's a little flower on that one. I have one more here. See this little flower? It had a button on it that I didn't like, so I took it off. And this one's made the same as that one. It's got a little piece of glue here though. I wouldn't mind getting that off so I can glue another button. And now, yeah, the flower's going to come apart, so I'll glue that back together in a second. I just want to get that piece of glue off of there. Okay, so we'll glue this little, these little petals are coming off. Let me glue those back on real quick. I guess the button was, let's see now. I guess the button was holding some of this together, and I pulled a button. I just pulled a button right off of there because I didn't like the button. Okay, so something like this. Okay, so those are all individual pieces. They look like they were possibly circles, and then she folded the little sides in and made petals. So that's an interesting way to make a flower out of book pages, right? Okay, I do like this flower that she made. I might have to copy that sometime. But right now I'm going to glue it right down there. This one actually has a darker color. See how it's so much darker than this one? So I'm not going to worry about distressing this one. Just going to glue it down. Again, I think this is a cute way to decorate here. Just happened to fit right in between those flaps, so that was handy. Now I have some buttons also. I don't have the button here that I pulled off because I didn't like it, so I just kept, these were on some other things that were in that grungy pack that I didn't really, a couple things I didn't really like, so I pulled the buttons off of them. You know, gotta do what you gotta do. So that could be there, or here's a dark one. Let's see how that looks. Oh, I think I like the dark one because there's some black on there. That goes well. In the interest of time, I'm not going to put a thread through that button. I can't sew through the envelope anyway, but I'm just going to glue this button down with some Fabri-Tac so it stays nice and sturdy on there. It doesn't. I've glued on buttons with Fabri-Tac before, and it glues on buttons very nicely and keeps them on. So that's just going to go right there. Okay, so that's already looking good, right? So what else? I have my little labels here from In Love Arts, my washi. Let's see, I have these. These I pulled off of something too that was in the grungy pack. So these can go somewhere maybe. Oh no, I think that's going to be too, these are quite thick, so I don't want to weigh these down so they don't, you know, open or something. Let's see. What would look good there? You can, let me see the washi here. That would look cute. Put a piece there and a piece there. Let's try it. Like I said, I'm not going to hesitate. This washi is, it's pretty sticky, but I just want to put a little bit of glue on there just to, you know, so it stands the test of time as far as, you know, being on there forever. You know what I mean? Because most washi, you can pull it off if you want to. So let's see. I'm going to need to just put it like this. here. So this is the washi I got, you know, in my in Love Arts order, and I really love the neutralness of it, in that it also looks neutral and vintage. So I think I'm going to cut this one at an angle. Let's try it. There we go. Okay, so it would be like that, but I got a little bit too much here. Let me cut it a little bit more, even with the paper. So it's similar to what Rachel did. I mean, this could have been a pocket, but I decided to make it a fold-out journaling spot. So I like that. I don't want to overdo it, and I can put some more on there later. I do have some little labels here. Let me see one of these little labels. Here's one that says Paris. The In Love Arts little stickers. They're like acetate or vellum stickers. Let's see if I want to put one here. I think I do. I think I do want to put one there. Let's try it. Put it on a crooked. Well, see, I can pull it right off. I just think it looks out of place there, so I'm not going to put that there. Okay, so I'm going to call this one done for right now, and this is what it will be like. But it's a pretty little decorated journaling spot is what I'm going to call it, since we can open it. And that washi really did add a nice touch. See the difference between this one and that one? This one looks so plain because it doesn't have anything on the top yet. So let's use that washi one more time on this. And okay, let me even this up because I cut that at an angle. And then we'll try this. We should have time to do a couple more. Maybe we'll actually do pockets this time. So we'll try that to make some pockets besides the journaling spots. I think I'm going to put it down a little bit this time. See how I like that, you know what I mean? A little bit from the top instead of putting it right up to the top. Go ahead and cut that angle again. I don't want to cut let me cut it from this side because I can see, you know how you can see better from the back when you're cutting like this, so you don't cut your paper. I didn't put any glue under here yet though either. Let me see what it feels like without any glue. It feels good, but I still would like to put some glue under there, so let me pull it off. Because you can do that with washi, right? Just pull it right off of there. Like I said, I'm going to put it down a little bit from the top, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue across there where I had it. Put it back down. I do this with all my washi, so it's not, you know, anything against this washi. It's just that I do that with all my washi, and even my stickers. I put extra glue under there, you know what I mean? Just so they're permanently attached. Okay, so that's that side. Let's see about this side now. Let me put some glue on there, kind of like right across from where we have that one. Try to get it so it looks like it's continuous, but it's not. Okay. Now, I'll go ahead and put it down. Let me see if I have it in the right spot. Up a little bit. Up a little bit more. To be even there. Make sure it's not crooked. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to have my glue under there already. So I'm going to cut over here. I'll turn it over again. Cut right here. So this is simple, easy, you know, but cute little journaling spots you can make out of coffee dyed envelopes, or any envelopes. You don't have to coffee dye them. I just happen to have I just had so many white envelopes. I was like, and I wasn't using them, and I was like, you know, why am I not using these? Because they're so white. So I just like coffee dyed them all. But that's pretty cute, right? Okay, number 2. Now, I think I'm going to be using my glue, so I'm going to leave the pin out for a second. So more envelopes. So I have more, let's see. So these are, see, here's another one with that flap. So I'll save that for later. But here's one I want to try with this kind of flap. Okay. So let me put these over here. And I'm going to cut this one in half. Let me see where the half point is, because I want to see what, I'll decide what I'm doing. I'm going to make pockets, but let's see what kind of pocket we want to make. What I'm going to decide on is where it opens. So I can either leave it like this and have the opening over here, or I can close this up and have the opening on top. So let's see, either or, one of each maybe. Okay, let's try one of each. So we're going to close this one up, I think. I'm going to put a little glue here. So this was also coffee dyed. Little glue, close that one up. So we have, this one will be opening on the top. And then this one is going to open from the side. So should we close the top up? I think we should. Close the top up, and it'll be a little, you know, we could almost make a little envelope out of this. I wonder if we can make them. I have many envelopes though, so that's not the point right now. The point right now is, let's don't get sidetracked, is to make some pockets. Okay, we have to try that later though, make little envelopes out of big envelopes. That would be fun. Okay, so this one's opening on the top, this one's opening on the side. So we're going to glue. I'm not going to glue the top together yet because I might need it open for decorating purposes and deciding how we're going to do this. So we'll glue it together later. So the other thing I have to decorate is, I got this book at at the thrift store recently, and it was just like this, a little book that had no cover in it, and it was just exactly like this. Like, this page was separate. Look, here is a page that's cut. It looks like I did not cut this, and it had no cover, but look how pretty this is. It had beautiful pictures in it. So I said, well, I have to take this. I'm the only one that's going to want this. So, I mean, it's beautiful pictures. It's my prayers. Does it have the copyright here somewhere? Looks like, oh, here it is right here. 1959. 1969. 59. 59. Okay, so I figured maybe I could decorate with some of these. Maybe. We'll see. I have this I cut out from something. And then I have, a couple weeks ago, I made a collage with my scraps. And here it is. Here's the original. We did it together on video. And it came out so pretty that I made some copies. I did it on coffee dyed paper for one thing. So that was, if you make a collage, I think that's maybe the best way to make a collage now that I've done it. Because before I did it on cardstock and cut it into tags, but this time I did it on coffee dyed paper, and so I copied it. This is the copy, super pretty, I think, and then I made it double-sided and copied my coffee dyed paper. So it's ready to go, ready to do whatever. I can cut the little white part off the outside, but I've got myself lots of copies of those so I can use them. However, I can use them as pages in a journal or whatever I want to do. So right now I thought maybe I'll use one to decorate, to start off decorating this, one of these pockets. So let's put the rest of the stuff to the side for the moment, even the extra pocket, and just concentrate on one pocket. So let's tear this a little bit. I want to, so this could be a floating pocket, or a glue down pocket, which I'm going to plan on it being a glue down pocket. So if I'm going to glue it down this way, and it's going to open like this, I'm going to put something in here. All I need to do is decorate really this and this. So that's what we're going to do with this. We're going to tear a piece to fit on. I really like tearing my pieces. I really like how it looks, and I just use my regular ruler. I don't have any special ruler. I don't really want any special ruler. I just like the way this tears. This particular ruler, I like the way it tears. It tears a straight line, not too jagged, but it is torn. And I think I just really like the straight, non-jagged kind of tear, if you know what I mean. I don't know. That's just me. But then I can line it up, see? I can line that straight tear up over here. And then kind of, see, let's see if we can figure out. We're going to tear about right there. Okay. And see, that one was a little slow because it was right on the edge there, and I had a very thin strip. But this one, you can tear a little faster because you've got a big piece to hold on to. So, see, that can go a little faster. I just couldn't tear that little strip very fast because it was just a little strip. So now I need to tear off this white part, another little strip off the top. I don't want to waste it, so I'm not going to, just tear any old big strip off of there. I'm going to tear off this little strip, and then let's see if we can get a piece. And I'm not really trying to get any certain piece on any certain part, like I'm not looking at this and saying, oh, I want the music paper right there. I'm just tearing to get a piece to fit on here. So, okay, so there is a piece for our main part of our pocket, and then we're going to tear a little piece to fit on this flap right here. This is a little small, so let's see. We'll save that for something else and tear another piece right here for the flap. So I'm going to have a little strip to tear off the top, and then let's see where our flap is. Probably an easier way to measure this, but I'm just going to make a little fold right here where I need to tear. Okay. Okay. Super fun, right? So let's tear this little strip off the top. Oops. I do have to make sure I have my ruler the right way. So this tears a nice straight piece for me. And then let's measure the length here. And then we'll be able to glue this down. And whoops. Keep trying to turn my ruler over. Okay, about right there. Straight. Doesn't have to be perfect or anything though. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. This is the one that's opening on the side, so we might go ahead and glue down the glue together the top after this. I just want to see what this looks like on there first, and then I'll decide. And I'm going to try to put a focal point over this if I think I have one here. I have my little greenery from In Love Arts. I want to see if one of those would look nice on here. Or, we'll see what it looks like. We might need to put that on a plain piece of paper. I picture it on a book page or an envelope with a wax seal over it. I think that would be really neat, but I'm not doing wax seals tonight, so that might be another video where we work on that, something like that. Okay, so we've got this all decorated very nicely and prettily and vintagey, and I didn't even have to tear a lot of strips because I already did that on my collage sheet and then copied it. So pretty cool, right, how that worked out. So I'm going to go ahead, I think I want to go ahead and glue this top together. So I'm just going to put a little glue under this part, since this is the part, so I don't put too much glue out here. I'll put on this part that needs to be glued down. Just a little strip across the top there. Glue that down. And okay, so we'll let that dry for a second. But let's see one of these. Let's see one of these little greenery pieces. See how that might look on here. Gosh, it might actually look nice. There's some green in this right here. Well, we can't put it over there. Let's see how it looks on the flap. No, it's too big. I mean, I have some smaller pieces, but maybe over here on this side. Okay, so that's a choice. One choice. We have some of these little flowers, Dollar Tree coffee dyed flowers. We can try another. Now this might be a good place to put a label because you can see through these, which is very cool. So let's try one. I think it's going to look good on here because you can see through it, and then that'll make it show up more. But then you can have a little label to write on also. Yes, here we go. That's how I'm going to like using these, I think. See how it's just kind of disappears, but it is there. It's a little sticker, which is which I consider these like labels. It looks like you can write on them, or you can just leave it like that. And it says Paris on there. Let me hold it close and make sure you can see it. It's right here. It says Paris right there. Okay, so that I'm going to leave there. The greenery, let me try that one more time. Okay, because I have a smaller piece over here that I already took the backing off of. Let's see, let me get my smallest piece here. I just didn't want to fumble around with the backing on camera. That would look nice, but it won't show up, I don't think, the way I would like it to, so I don't think I'm going to use it there. You have to just keep trying things sometimes until you figure out what you want to use. I like this though. I think I want to use this somewhere, like right there, or I could put it, well, it shows up good right here against this darker piece. So I'm taking these little sticky pieces off the backs of these and using my own glue, and I'm putting glue a little bit on the petals. That's how I've been using these, a little bit on the petals, so that maybe the petals aren't completely glued down, like they look like, you know, a flower that is kind of 3D, but they're glued down. The petals are partly glued down, so they don't catch on anything or come off. So, and there's a little pearl in the middle of these too. I'm sure if you've been watching my videos, you've seen me using those, but that's what we've got so far. A flower there, a label there. Any buttons possibly down here or right here. That would look cute. We still have this. I like that. That's cute, right? Could put a little button on top of it, possibly. I just don't want to get it too bulky. And that's going to add, because these are pretty thick. This is, I don't know, it just seems thick to me, so. But I like that. Or what about, I like it over here. How will it be if I think it'd be all right if I put that there. Okay. Let's do it. We said we weren't going to hesitate. I'm putting some Fabri-Tac on here. Get this nice and glued down. So I used one sticker from In Love Art so far, and some of the washi. So that's awesome. So if I don't use the little greenery tonight, I will come back with another video using the greenery, because I think I might want to put those on some paper like that I'm going to use for pages, and eventually, and get my wax seal kit out and make some wax seals and just make those really pretty. Or I could put them on envelopes too for like Happy Mail or something, or Pen Pal Mail. That's really pretty. I like that. Okay, so we've got the kind of thing going here with this little crochet piece. and this, and then we've got a little label up there. And I think I'm going to leave it just like that. I think it's pretty just like that. So it'll be a pocket like this. Isn't that adorable? So we did 3, and I think that I might need to go because I don't know how much longer I have, and I don't want my video to cut me off, but you get the general idea. I'm going to do the same thing with this one, but it'll be even easier to decorate because we don't have that flap to deal with. So all I have to do is get one big piece here, add a couple of bits of decoration, and there I'll have a pretty pocket. In fact, I could even do greenery on this one, and because I felt like the greenery wasn't showing up on my collage paper, let's do it real quick. I want to show you how this looks. So I'm going to go ahead and put this greenery down here, and I'll cut the extra off that there's, let's see, nothing sticking out down here, and there's just a piece sticking out right there, so I'll cut that off. And it's just a little clear piece really of the sticker, and then maybe add something over here and a wax seal, but I'll come back with another video to work on that specifically for In Love Arts. So but anyway, isn't that pretty? And then we did these 3 here. These I'm calling done. And so that's my Roxy Weekly Challenge. I know it was different from what she did, but I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit of different take on it. She said it was okay. No Roxy police, so there you go. Thanks for watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Happy crafting.